Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. So it's been a while since I've done like a full reading. And I just felt guided to do one. Just FYI, Instagram has like a new thing where you can only upload like 3-minute videos. So I'm just gonna clip it at like 3 minutes and cut it off, and I'm gonna post the full video in my YouTube. So if you go to the link in my bio and go to like the YouTube link, it should upload today, but it's June 10th, 2025. So you can just search, I think, by date or something like that. But I wanted to also do kind of a full video and stuff and kind of help with kind of getting like an overview of what's been going on and kind of explaining the purpose of stuff, what's happening, and helping us kind of like resolve the last little bits of stuff that's kind of stuck there, and then just kind of get some spiritual advice of what you guys need to know or kind of what you still need to work through. So the last, I would say, few months, there's been a lot of awareness to your accountability. There's been a lot of awareness to choices that you've made or not made, action or inaction, and kind of seeing how you hold yourself back, how you kind of keep yourself small, where you kind of limit yourself, where you don't really fully communicate or step up in the way that you know you want to or should, where you're not effectively communicating how you actually feel, like not really just stepping in your power and being authentically you, like where you're still kind of hiding parts of yourself, you're still kind of hiding. So a lot of the stuff that's been going on with the last few months is really to kind of solidify what your goals are, what you actually want, and to help you see where you're still holding yourself back and where you're still limiting yourself, where you're still making excuses, where you're still not being accountable, all of that stuff. Seeing how you actually have a choice and stuff, seeing how you actually have the power to live your life the way you want, that you have the freedom to do what you want to do and not have people, society, things, conditioning, all that shit hold you back. As that kind of started coming up, you also were healing a lot of trauma. You're healing a lot of past situations, especially related to childhood wounds and like interpersonal relationships with friendship and like old partners, old relationships, like boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. So a lot of that kind of was coming to the surface too at the same time. So kind of like bringing it all together, the last few weeks, you've been getting like the really deep information about people who were manipulating you, how they were manipulating you, like really getting to the root issue. And I've been kind of energetically doing all this stuff with you guys and helping you guys kind of see the truth of stuff, kind of pulling the information up, helping you kind of with the energy of like your emotions with situations, and helping you guys kind of see things from a clear, true perspective. As that's been going on the last few weeks, like really deeply unveiling the manipulative people, the people who have bad intention, the people who try to make you feel small, to try to get you to lower your light and not actually be yourself, and who have bad intentions, just straight up have bad intentions, try to distort your reality, try to gaslight you with stuff, try to just bring you down because they're insecure and jealous, and they project hatred at you, and then they try to manipulate and distort your perception on people who do actually love you and make you question those people, make you question even like your own love for yourself and your love for other people. Like they really just make you question love in general, and they make you question healthy situations, healthy relationships, passions, anything heart-centered basically, really. So a lot of that's coming up. As that's kind of coming up, because I've been doing that stuff like really hardcore the last week or so, you've been probably seeing people's true colors. You've been hearing their thoughts. You've been hearing what they've been saying about you. You've been actually seeing the projection of what they're fucking doing and how they're doing it. And if you haven't, you will within the next few days, like after you watch this. Because if you watch this in a few months and it doesn't relate to you now, but you watch it like a few months after I record, it still applies to you. So that is all kind of being unpacked and uncovered. So the bigger purpose to that is for you to actually fully step into your power, for you to fully and authentically be yourself and be able to communicate the way you want, live the way you want, have what you want, and not have fear of it and not be in fear of it, for you to create true stability within yourself of who you actually are, knowing so strongly who the fuck you actually are and choosing to step up as that person over and over and over in different situations. So if you think about the past few months, you've been put in situations where you had opportunities to see how you're going to step up, how you're going to show up. Are you going to be the version of yourself that you want to be, that you actually have always been? Or are you going to be the version of yourself that people projected at you, that lied to you and distorted, that told you that's who you are? Which one did you choose to be, and which one did you consistently choose to be? Because when you're doing all of those things, you're really solidifying who you are. You're really kind of changing all of the old stuff. So if you've had a lot of the old stuff coming up, then you've naturally been doing it, because every time you step up in a different way than you did in the past, usually new information will come to the surface, because now you can handle it. You can deal with it better because you're a lot stronger. So a lot of this is really about the foundation of who you are, about really solidifying stuff and overcoming subconscious fears, subconscious patterns, and releasing unhealthy belief systems and distorted perceptions of shit. So this relates to love, this relates to money, this relates to trusting yourself and other people, this relates to your intuition, going after your dreams, jobs, all kinds of shit like that. Also, a big one is being seen for who you are, being seen for your love, being seen for your passion, being seen in what you're going to do. Because a lot of you, it also connects to a bigger spiritual purpose. In the process of all that, you're connecting more to your gifts. You're seeing more of your gifts. You're understanding more of the parallel life you had, where part of it is a human level and part of it's a spiritual level, and how you're going to help other people based on what your experiences were. So seeing kind of both dynamics and kind of like slowly integrating stuff. You're about to like fully integrate, but like slowly kind of integrating both of those and seeing what you're here to fulfill and how you're here to fulfill it. And you only are just getting like little clips of it or little pieces of information to kind of help you kind of move forward a little bit. So that's really what's going on. You're still closing out cycles, like the big cycle that's been going on, probably like your lifelong cycle, before you step into like the second life you're going to have. So and when I say the second life you're going to have, I mean, where you're going to fully step, if you choose, because it's a choice, you're going to fully step into who you are. You're going to fully step into your purpose. You're going to go after your goals. You're going to go after your dreams. You're going to open your heart fully to love and fully step into it and have healthy relationships and a healthy lifestyle and things that actually are heart-centered and matter to you. You doing things the right way for the right reasons for you personally. So it's going to look different for everybody, but it's going to be in a way that is 100% authentic to you, which is going to help you and help other people. There's a bigger purpose to that, but I don't really want to talk about that right now because it's not really relevant to this. I feel like if you are in the groups that I'm talking about, you already kind of know what that is and what we've been kind of doing and why we've been doing it. So I don't really feel like I need to kind of talk about that one. But I'm going to pull some cards. I want to pull some cards and kind of see, because I felt guided. I'm trying to figure out which ones. I think I want to pull from this one first, because I felt guided to like actually pull cards and kind of give you guys some either like validation, intuition, clarity. Clarity is a big one, like that. So let's see what Spirit wants us to know. My mind went to what your higher self wants you to know. So I'm guessing somebody asked it like that. What your higher self wants you to know. Okay. So we got great gratitude on the bottom. This immediately what I got, and you got great achievement right underneath it. But immediately when I just saw that is you guys having an appreciation for things. Loss in both ways. Loss in things that you wanted. In it making you realize like where your heart actually is, where you've been avoiding it, but the things that also like losing yourself, the things that actually make you, like a renewal and like a discovery of who you actually are. And kind of the guidance on that is too is like actually self-reflecting of hold on. Self-reflecting, like one, to see how far you've come, but also to see where you were a few months ago and a few years ago, to see where you are today and how different you actually are and how you are actually more like yourself than ever, which is going to help you see something, because it feels like there's some type of question you guys have and it connects to this. But also once you're done with this cycle, you're really going to actually see it for what it was, and you're really going to appreciate it. And it's like, they know it's like hard. They know it's a struggle. I know, because I literally feel everybody's energy. So I know it's like hard. I know it's a struggle. I struggle with it because I will, when I'm in, depends on what energy I'm in, but when I'm in certain energies, a lot of times what happens is I will literally get hit with whatever it is that you guys need to deal with, and it will hit me like in the present moment in a situation and have me experience it exactly the way you guys feel, the exact way you guys process it, like all of that kind of stuff to help. And I have no intuition at that point. I have nothing other than literally feeling like you guys, and I have to process it exactly the way you guys do. I feel exactly the way you guys do, and I kind of handle it and I figure it out. And then what happens is it will activate shit with you guys for you guys to feel that and bring all the stuff up and kind of like guide you how to handle it, giving you other possibilities to handle it different than you used to. So like with the struggles, like I definitely understand, because I've had, I don't know how to explain that. I've had to experience a lot of different things, like for everybody, like all of people's different experiences, not just like one person's experience, like all the different ways people experience different things. So I understand the struggle. I understand how difficult it is. I understand how scary it is, how overwhelming it is, the fear of it. I understand all that stuff. And also, like, as I've been going through this stuff with everybody, like all of the things that I actually do to kind of bring me back to myself, or to feel my own emotions, or to give myself that happiness and stuff like that, have kind of been taken from me. Because I've had to go through all the losses people have went through too, and learn how to adapt to everything. So it's guiding people. I understand it like now. I didn't understand it when I was going through it. It was hell when I was going through it without understanding. But now that I do understand it, I'm still in it. It's a little bit easier to handle. It's difficult as shit still. Like, I get it. So I understand, because I genuinely actually feel your emotions. So I understand it's hard, but also just remember, like, this is a cycle that will end. And like all of that pain and all of the stuff you're feeling a lot of times is a mix of your repressed energy from the past, of stuff that you experienced you hadn't resolved yet. And it's also other people's energy that you've absorbed, or kind of like, I want to kind of say like your cultural experiences, like things that your ancestors and people have kind of passed on and stuff, like the core of it. So you're also working through stuff like that. So a lot of times when you're doing it, you'll feel a lot of stuff connected to your parents. You'll feel a lot of stuff connected to your family, because you're also resolving that, your own shit and their stuff at the same time. So it feels really strong. It feels really heavy, because some of it's existed for a long time, and you're kind of working through that. So yeah, it's intense as shit. But after this kind of part is done, things will feel more stable, and it will be easier to manage. It'll be easier to handle. It will not be the way it is. So just remember that. Okay, we got vast universe, and then we got planning and action, back and forth. Oof, build this. I just heard indecisive like immediately with those cards. Hold on. Damn, that shit feels heavy in my stomach. The vast universe. Okay, some of you guys are avoiding your spiritual path with stuff. Let me say that a little bit. No, I'm going to say it the way I said it, but explain it. Some of you guys are avoiding your spiritual path with stuff. And what I mean by that is you're avoiding accepting. How the hell do I explain that? Okay. There are things that your spiritual gifts sometimes guide you to do that are not always in alignment with who you are. And I don't mean you doing anything really like anything like super bad or anything like that. I don't mean like that. What I mean is there are certain things that you're supposed to do, or certain things you're supposed to overcome, that are part of your journey. And sometimes it's like, I say, quote unquote, looking like the bad guy or seeming like the bad guy, which I understand that completely. But part of that is the distortion of what people said and did to you that manipulated you to make you think you were that person. So some of that is actually really to overcome this fractured sense of self, for you to actually accept who you really the fuck are, including your spiritual gifts, including your purpose here. And sometimes, say you have like a drinking problem, right? Because that's like alcoholic popped to my head. you're probably not really an alcoholic. You just think you are because your behavior seemed like you are. You probably had parents who projected at you. You had friends who would say shit to you about being an alcoholic, all this shit, right? When in reality, you're probably energetically and spiritually supposed to drink because, and this is not for everybody, but if this is for you, you'll know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. And it might not be alcohol. It could be behaviors. It could be things you say. It could be anything. You guys would know who I'm talking to. You'll know who you are because you'll feel it, what I'm saying to you directly. You won't have to try to push it into your head. You'll literally feel it come up in your energy and it will like click for you. You'll feel the clicking. If you're forcing it, then it's not for you. So if, say this is you that I'm talking about as the example, right? You're drinking a lot. You've been drinking heavily for years. You know, all these projections, you're an alcoholic, all this shit, right? How do you know that you weren't supposed to drink the way you were? Because when you're in that state, your energy is able to do shit you wouldn't do when you're sober. And also on top of that, how do you know that you weren't doing spiritual energy work when you were? Hold on, she might have something because I see her looking. Sage. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Hold on. How do you know that you aren't doing spiritual work in those specific situations, or you're changing templates, or you're picking up information and understanding stuff, and you explain, hey, I was like an alcoholic for like 12, 15 fucking years or something like that. And the point of that is to inspire people who do actually struggle with alcoholism, and for you to actually experience exactly what people experience and why they experience it, and the range of emotions and the traumas and the reasons they drink, right? Because the reason people drink a lot of times is a coping skill. There's a reason they drink. I don't even want to get into the whole fucking thing. There's a reason for it, right? People aren't just like, oh yeah, I want to be a fucking alcoholic. Oh, I just want to drink a lot, like to feel good and party. Like that's just a surface level belief. That's not really the truth. So how do you know that you didn't actually go through that long ass period of time where you're drinking to experience all the shit you experience? So in the future, you can help other people. And so your energy shifts because you actually had to overcome the same template of what people choose to do. So you can actually help them, so you can actually inspire them. So when you're communicating with them at a human level, your energy is matching what you're saying. Because people who are stuck and people who are lost and people who are disconnected from themselves, they need both to trust. They need to hear your words and they need to feel your energy in alignment, which is why they need examples. They need to see that it's actually possible. A lot of people don't believe in them. Like they think things are impossible because they've been conditioned to think that, right? So when they actually see it being possible and they can feel your spiritual energy of you overcoming it, they can hear your words of you overcoming it, and they can see where you're at in your life, it helps them. So how do you know that wasn't part of your purpose? How do you know that some of the fuck shit you said and did in those situations were because you were supposed to actually overcome all those things where you're like, okay, I was an asshole in this situation and I need to take accountability for this. I need to apologize for this. I need to handle this, to teach other people to stop staying small, to teach other people to stop staying stuck. Like, yeah, you might feel guilt. Yeah, you might feel shame. Yeah, you might feel all these things, but at the same time, you can fix them. You don't have to drink to deal with your fucking guilt. You don't have to drink to deal with your shame. You don't have to drink to deal with all this shit. What you can do is you can resolve it. You can take accountability. You can acknowledge you shouldn't have said it or done it. And you can apologize and fix it and not keep doing it. So how do you know that there's not a bigger purpose to what you're experiencing and the things that you're being hard on yourself about? How do you know that wasn't part of your soul path? This is what that card is talking about. And it's like you guys intuitively know this, and for some reason you're not accepting it. And it feels like if you accept that, you're not avoiding accountability. It more so feels like if you accept that, then you actually accept the light worker you are. Then you actually accept that strong, powerful, spiritual self you know you are. And it feels like there is a specific conditioning, fear, or trauma you have connected to that. So I'm just going to give you an example of the one that popped in my head, which is every time you stood in your power when you were a kid, or you used your intuition when you're a kid, somebody tried to shut you down. Somebody tried to make you feel small. So it made you feel like you're stupid, it made you feel wrong, it made you feel inadequate, and now you're scared to be vulnerable and show people that, because what if they do the same? When in reality, that person did believe you. That person did know that. And that was the point. They were jealous of you. They were jealous of your gifts. They were jealous of things that you had that they didn't. And how dare you have something they don't? Because that's a lot of times their mindset. They're jealous assholes. So then it's like, once you fully step up, you know you're going to be seen. You know that you can't go backwards. You know that you're going to take a stance and actually stand in your power and move forward with this stuff. So it's almost like this like thing holding you back and trying to make you feel stuck. But you don't need to be stuck anymore. You already know this. You already have the intuition. You already have the clarity. You already know all this stuff, and you already know you can handle it. The second you make that choice and you break free, you're going to feel all this shit lift, and you're going to feel this sense of empowerment that does not go away. Like, even if you get scared or you get nervous and you kind of go back and you feel old emotions, you will channel back into your fucking empowerment energy. And you're like, wait, hold on. No, we're not doing the old shit again. Like, okay, let me figure out how to do this. Like, as the new improved version of me, the upgraded version of me, the me you always were, right? And when you do that and you actually step into it, you can actually choose different. You can actually choose empowerment. When you do that, you help you heal, but you also help unveil all the people who are trying to disempower you and all the people they're trying to disempower at the same time. So it's not just for you, it's everybody you're helping that's connected to that person or situation or that energy. With this planning and action and back and forth, this feels very connected to this. This feels like something to do with the timing of your path, and you kind of like looking at it and seeing it. This feels like a lack of trust with yourself because of something that happened in the past, and you're comparing it, but they're not comparable. And you know they're not comparable. It's almost like you're taking like a trauma, or let's say a relationship, because I feel like that's an easy example. Like, you're taking a shitty, toxic ass relationship and something happened with that, and you're applying it to a healthy relationship now. They're not going to work because they're not the same thing. They're not like the same thing. That's like taking like a fucking teaching job and applying it to like a mechanic job, that the teaching you did was like English. It has nothing to do with you being a mechanic. Like, they're not even remotely the same. Like, yeah, there might be some overlap where you have to read certain things or you have to look at certain things, or like some little pattern of it, but it's not even the same. And you know it's not the same. And it's like, you're not dealing with you're looking at shit from a surface level, and you're looking at shit from a place of fear, and you're not looking at the truth of what you actually know. This is the lack of trusting your intuition and yourself. If you're in this energy, I've already been sending you guys the energy to uncover what the hell this is about for the last, I think, like 4 or 5 days now, of where this started and why. So feel into your energy, get out of your head, intentionally go into your body, intentionally go into your energy, and kind of go into what I'm saying. So you can, the intent to be, why am I scared to trust my intuition? Just go into that question. Why am I scared to trust what I know? Why am I scared to go into my intuition? Because this is, I can feel it in my stomach. This is something you guys are scared of breaking free of. You're safe. Trust your intuition. You know what's right. You know what's true. Go into this. You'll feel the energy like of what I've been sending the last few days. It will come up for you, and you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it's for people that need to feel the energy of it. You will, because I have faith in you trusting your intuition. You doing that and making the choice to go into your intuition is going to help you in itself, just by you actually making the choice to do that. Okay. Damn, the world card just popped, but we'll see if it actually comes out. Okay, we got 6 of Raphael, and then we got 4 of Raphael, Ace of Raphael. Interesting. We got all Archangel Raphael cards, and it came out again with the 1 and then the 2. So that seems to be a thing today. Perspective and 10 of Michael. This is about ending cycles, ending closure, finalizing stuff. Also, Archangel Michael is like the archangel of protection, the archangel of that kind of stuff. So I find that also interesting. So probably one of the bigger cycles that you're clearing out is safety, fear, protection, that kind of stuff. And it literally says at the bottom, putting the past behind you. I'm going to just read you the bottom of this card. There is a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, this is just something you guys know that you need to break free of. This all relates. All the shit you need to break free of all relates, and it's not going to take you forever. It's literally like once you actually accept one thing that you know is true, it's going to actually just help. It's going to be a domino effect. But this one is like you guys accepting the spiritual perspective you've been given, and you guys not allowing the conditioning of what society has told you and what people have told you and their projections to tell you the truth about stuff. Yeah, the world isn't the way you've spiritually seen it and felt it, but it is. It is. Just not everybody else can see and feel what you can see and feel. And you don't need people's validation on that because you already know. So you don't need, like, you don't need that validation. You don't need the other shit. He slammed with so much energy. Okay. Oh, that just made me like smile. Okay, 6 of Raphael. Embrace your inner child. New friends or rekindled relationships. Children or childhood. I feel like for people that relate to this card, they already know what it kind of means. They already kind of know what it means. If you've been guided to watch a movie recently within the last few days of whenever you're seeing this video, not when I record it, whenever you watch the video, it applies to you in that present moment, okay? So whenever you watch this video, some video, oh my gosh, I can't even speak. Some movie you would have watched within the last few days. Possibly, yeah, I heard somebody say, what about TV show? Possibly TV show, but something you felt intuitively guided to watch within the last few days, possibly like 2 or 3 days, but I don't want to say that because I don't feel like that's exactly accurate. I feel like somebody needs to hear the last 2 or 3 days. So for who that person is, yes, within the last 2 or 3 days. But for other people, multiple people asked the 2 or 3 days. Okay, let me correct that, Jesus. It's like if I don't say it fully accurate, it's like I get like, say that, like correct that. A few people asked, was it within the last 2 or 3 days? Yes. For the other people outside of that being asked that question, within the last few days. So before you watch this video, you would have been guided to watch, most of you a video, or a movie, I mean. Some of you a TV show, but most of you a movie. There was a message in it for you. And if you watch it and you intuitively felt guided or your energy felt guided to it and something clicked for you or connected for you, you might not remember what it is or you might not know what it is. You just knew you watched it for a reason. Give it a little bit of time. It's going to come up for you soon. Oh, just like reflected over there. Sorry. I'm like, wait, what is that? It's going to come up for you soon. I definitely feel like it connects to what I said on the bottom. Okay. 4 of Raphael and Ace of Raphael. Also, Archangel Raphael is the archangel of love. He's the archangel, he or she, depends on your energy, but is also the archangel of, I keep getting family. That's not, I've never had him be that. More so like health and heart-centered shit. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, family issues. Okay, well, I just heard like family issues. Okay. Oh, helping you heal them? Yeah, because they're heart-centered. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yes. Whoever asked that, yes. So with the 4 of Raphael, it feels like it's like you're daydreaming, but you're not realizing that like what you're wanting is literally right behind you. And it's like, it's here. Like it's already here. Like energetically, you can feel that it's here. There's not really anything else to say. I feel another energy in that, but like, I can't really say like what it is. But it's like, it's literally already here in your energy and you can feel it. You can feel kind of like the buildup of it. You can tell. With the Ace of Raphael, the bottom, it says a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. I feel like all of that is applicable. I also feel like this crying sense of relief that what you wanted in your dreams came true. That's what it kind of feels like. And almost like just like an emotional release from it. I also keep feeling this energy too of like, just this excitement talking about stuff. Like just like it's like, I know how it is because I'm the same way. It's like something happens for you and you're just so excited and you're just like, oh my God, I can't wait to like talk about it. I'm so excited. Like that vibe. Like where you're just like, oh my God, I gotta call my friend and tell them I'm so excited. Like that kind of energy. Okay, I want to pull, I keep like feeling both of these. Okay, I'm just gonna pull like one or two and then like just a quick final one from that because both of these are kind of calling me right now. Okay. Love, I see the bees. And the eagle. No, I keep seeing the diamond, but it hasn't popped out. Somebody just asked me why, I can hear you guys when you guys talk to me when I'm watching, or when you're watching the video. Asked why I put those cards back in, because they didn't feel like the right cards. I didn't see what they were, but they didn't feel like the right cards when it popped out. It didn't pop out like energetically. I can feel when it feels like the right cards or it doesn't feel like the right cards. Like I can feel in my energy. Okay, we got Jasmine's Sensuality. I love this. Oh, we got the diamond underneath it. Cool. This is like my vibe. Not because I'm a diamond, because I'm an April baby, which is our birthstone's diamond, but I say Herkimer diamond because it's a crystal and it's one of my favorites. And Jasmine is actually one of my favorite scents. And my Jasmine just blooms, so it smells so good in my freaking backyard. Okay. Like near her, near the plant. Oh, I love this. Okay, what I just got is this is you guys connecting to your light. This is you guys connecting to, hold on. This is you guys like connecting to your true self is specifically what I just heard. Your true self. The things that make you who you are, the things that are invaluable to you, the things that are special to you. It feels like two different things though, but they're really the same thing. Which is like in your energy, who you actually are, like your full essence of who you are, but then also the way you express yourself outwardly and how people perceive you. But you fully stepping into that. And I also just heard from them is not worrying about how people perceive you because the truth always comes out. So whoever needs that, the truth always comes out. Sometimes it takes a little while, but it always comes out. Yes, it does. Whoever is like, does it though? Yeah, it does. Might take a little long, like sometimes it takes a longer time than other times. It always comes out. It doesn't really matter how long it takes. It always comes out. Island detachment, ocean waves. Also interesting that they're both water, right? Because there's an ocean around islands usually, yeah. So interesting. My mind just went to like beach getaway. Hold on, because this feels very specific. Hold on. Okay. This feels like the energy of it's like a metaphor. It feels like when you guys kind of isolate yourself, but then you feel all of these energy, people, things kind of coming at you. Almost like you're feeling like attacked or something. It's like you try to stay to yourself, you try to detach, you try to do all these things, but then you actually feel like all these dangerous things or unsafe things are coming at you. And like a lot of you feeling alone to handle it. Okay. Some of you definitely need to break free of this. I get like a few different energies of the childhood stuff connected to this or teenage years connected to this. Because some of you it happened in your childhood, some of it started in your teenage years where you felt like you had to take care of shit and handle it on your own to keep yourself safe. But then what would happen is you would repeat patterns where you would find somebody else who pretended like they weren't, we'll call it your initial abuser, your initial kind of like person who created this lack of safety with you, right? You will meet somebody who will pretend to be the opposite of that person, but will be exactly like that person. and then they won't show up for you. They will actually put you in unsafe positions. They will not be safe for you. They will literally mirror your exact trauma, which is usually just a manipulative ass person. Sometimes it's somebody in trauma. Most of the time, the majority of the time, it's actually somebody manipulative who can feel. I like how cult leaders are, like they can feel what you're kind of missing, they can feel what you need, and they'll pretend like they give it to you and then they take it from you so they can fuck with you. Like that kind of vibe. That's a lot of times what manipulators do. They have the same energy. I just feel like most people know what I mean when I say the cult thing. So it feels like you have the repeated history of not being able to trust people, feeling like people won't show up for you, feeling like people won't actually see you, people won't believe you, people won't hear you, people won't understand you, and people won't accept you. So it's almost like you hide to yourself, but when you go into your heart, you don't want that. That's the exact opposite of what you want, but you're still choosing it. That's the problem. You're choosing something that's opposite of your heart. When there are people in your life, see, this feels like you guys actually fully stepping into a relationship with somebody. When you guys have safe people, when you have people who see you, when you have people who understand you, love you, accept you, actually care about you as a fucking person, and it's not a manipulation, and we can tell the difference if we're being really honest. We can definitely always tell the difference. It's almost like you isolating from them because you're holding on to that past attachment of fear. And what if you do step forward and they do the same thing as what that person in the past did? They are not the same person, and that's not fair to compare them to that. And we all have been compared, and we all hate it because we're not the other person. I usually understand when people do it to me, but like I get why they do it, but I'm not that person, and I don't really change who I am because I'm just like, if you know me, you know me. I don't even need to explain that to you. Like, I'm not that person, you know, accept it or don't. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you can intuitively feel it. I don't need to verbally explain it to you. We have intuition. If you intuitively feel shit, you already know who I am. But like, this feels like you still like kind of hiding. And this is something that you guys need to push through and work through and overcome if you actually want what you want. If you want to get what you want. Okay, final message. Damn, this energy is so fucking intense in this reading. Not in a bad way. I can just feel it like definitely targeting some shit and bringing it up. I just saw fireworks. My mind just... Okay, hold on. I just saw fireworks and my mind went to 4th of July. What is today? June 10th. I'm not really sure what that's about. I don't know what the hell that was about, but I just... Maybe somebody needed that as validation or they asked about it or... No, that doesn't feel right. 4th of July, fireworks. Why? Celebration? Independence, celebration, freedom, peace. Okay, let me think about when it comes in like that and I have to process it. Sometimes it's a metaphor for my perception. I think of 4th of July and specifically fireworks. I think they're really beautiful, but they're fucking loud and uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't like listening to them. I don't like standing outside, like, just the energy of it. Like, I hate the feeling of it, like, the smoke, like, all that shit. I think they're pretty to look at, but I think there's other things that are prettier that we can do that are not destructive. So if I'm seeing fireworks 4th of July... It almost, to me, so if I'm looking at it from my perspective, it would be a distortion of shit because we're kind of taught that it's celebrating our independence, is celebrating our freedom. And the way we're doing that is by like conditioning of what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to fit in and what we're like, all this bullshit, right? It's all just kind of bullshit. I do feel like something in the past for 4th of July was significant for you guys. Like, I can feel this past energy connected to something with 4th of July that was significant, that you guys, it's unresolved, and I can feel it very strongly in my solar plexus chakra. It feels like fear, and it feels like just something like squeak, like, I don't know how to explain. It's like gut wrenching maybe is a better way for some of you, not all of you. Just like, ugh, I don't know how to explain that. Like, where you regress maybe. But I would say it's like an illusion. That's what I would say. The thing coming up is an illusion because it's this false holiday that the intent is to pretend like you're free, and you know, all the history and all the stuff connected to it. And your way of celebrating it is through unhealthy ways, right? That actually disconnect you from yourself, that actually disconnect you from the earth, that actually disconnect you from your alignment and your value system. And oftentimes it ends up in like causing more dysfunction and toxicity than it actually does in making you feel connected and peaceful. But I think the thing people forget is you can do what you want. You can rewrite shit. So like, if you want to celebrate, there's nothing wrong with I celebrate, like my friends come over and we celebrate, but like we don't do all that shit. But like we talk, have fun, play games, like connect. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even think we drink. Like, did we drink last year? I think we might have had like a drink or something, but I don't know. I haven't even drank probably since then. Like I didn't drink on New Year's. I don't even think I have. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't really fucking drink. I don't like the feeling of it. But and I used to drink all the time. And I say that, like, I don't know why that just popped in my head. I say that because I used to actually use that as a coping skill when I was a kid. I started drinking when I was like 11. And I drank really heavily up until I was it 20? 20, yeah. And then I woke up one day craving alcohol and I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm not fucking drinking anymore. And I didn't drink for like over a year, but then when I would start drinking, I wouldn't excessively drink like I used to. I would drink to kind of just deal, like I would get stressed out or something and have like a glass of wine or some shit like that. And I would drink to just kind of cope and deal with shit and calm my energy down until I was probably like, I would guess like 28 maybe. And then I would intentionally, every time I was going through something, not drink. So I would make sure that I'm drinking for the right reason and it's not, you know what I'm saying, for like bad shit. I think I did socially drink sometimes to be able to deal with people's energy and to be able to like deal with situations and cope with situations, but I don't even put myself in spots like that now where I even need to do stuff like that. Hi, Bubba. Hi. Thank you for saying hi finally. Which is just like, you can overcome shit. I used to do it too. Like we all kind of had our own fucking vices of shit we used to do to deal with stuff and to be able to survive. Like we all, I feel like somebody just want to cry when I say that. We all had things we needed to do to survive. And it was our way of keeping ourselves like alive and being able to fucking exist and handle shit. That was too overwhelming for us. And it was like too much for us and stuff. But like, there's a new way you can do stuff. Like you can look at, I think that's the problem is people, I think, and I just intuitively felt this, is like you guys still being stuck in the conditioning. Sage. You guys still being stuck in the conditioning of what society thinks should be, when in reality, like, are you fucking my puzzle up? Hey, don't do that. You can do shit different. You can still celebrate and have fun with your friends. You can still do things. Just do it in the new way of you. Do it in like the healthier version of you in the way that aligns with you. You don't have to step out of alignment. The right people will also accept you the way you are, and they will appreciate who you are and respect your decisions and respect your choices and stuff. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So the harmony card, the love card. Oh, I can't wait till I can feel like Cupid again. Sage, stop. Just trying to fuck my puzzle up. Okay, final message. What you got? I feel like it's resistant coming up for some reason. Memories of love. Just saw the deception. Oh, and envy. Damn, my finger hurts. Okay, we got emotional loss on the bottom. And then we got memories of love, heart chakra. Interesting, all the greens. We got all Archangel Raphael from the Archangel deck, all greens, like lots of heart energy, obviously. Sage. Knock the puzzle box down. Unnecessary. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is like kind of the final piece. Like this is spirit, exactly what I've been saying, the reading. This is the final piece, is you releasing all this kind of like stuck energy and all this like heaviness and all the attachments, releasing all of that. And when you do, like, you're going to feel light and free. Like you're going to feel at peace. Yeah. Like when you do that, you do grieve, like genuinely you'll grieve, but you'll feel lighter. You'll feel free. Things won't be scary. You won't be in conflict anymore because you'll be fully connected to yourself. So you won't be in distortion or trauma or conflict. Like things will be easy for you to make choices because you're not stuck to all the bullshit that makes you in conflict in the first place. And I try to explain to people the conflict in your energy that comes up as conflict in your mind, but anxiety in your body, is a disconnect between what your energy or intuition knows and what your mind says. What I mean by that is your intuition or energy knows all. It knows the fucking truth. And it doesn't always align with what you've been taught. It doesn't always align with society. It doesn't always align with conditioning. It doesn't always align with what people say. But it's still the ultimate truth. And a lot of people have a hard time accepting that because they've been manipulated into not trusting their intuition, or they've been manipulated into being afraid of themselves and actually trusting themselves and lacking confidence in themselves, right? Your intuition's still accurate. So what happens is, it's like there will be something in your head that somebody has said to you, a conditioning, a belief system, something like that, that is making you think one way, but like your energy, your intuition, emotion is wanting something else, and they're in direct conflict with each other. Go with your intuition and your heart, obviously, always go with that. But we haven't been taught to go with that, and it feels unsafe because in the past, we had the illusion that was us going with our heart, when in reality it was just the wrong people in wrong situations. It was just our trauma repeating through bad people, but we're choosing healthy people. We're choosing different people. So the responses are going to be different, but you already know that. Like, that's just validation. You already know that. So with the memories of loss and the heart chakra, this is really just you letting go of that, letting go of all the distortions, all of the beliefs, all of the things that really like broke you down, hurt you, distorted you, destroyed you, and made you less of yourself, and really just grieving it and letting it the fuck go with love, and fully opening your heart, which is what it feels like the last step is for you guys, is really opening your heart. And I can feel people's fear. I can literally feel it in my stomach. I can feel your anxiety. I can feel your hesitation. You might have fears coming up when you're actually trying to fully open yourself. You might, hold on, because somebody's just like, how do you do that? Give me a second, I'll tell you. Okay. You might have fears. You might have all these things coming up. Let them come up. Hear what they have to say. All they're saying is, what the hell was projected at you in the first place? How you open your heart up is, it's going to be different for people. Let me figure out a general way to say that. Whatever the action that you need to do is to let go of the past, when you do that, and you do that with the intent, it's going to naturally just open your heart up. Because it feels like you guys have one last thing that you need to do, that you know you need to do. And when you make the choice to do it, you do know. If this message is for you, you do know what it is. When you make the choice to do it, it's going to just open you up. It's going to make you feel vulnerable before you do it. And then when you do it, you might feel a little like anxious and a little nervous. It's not going to be anxiety. It's going to be nervousness because it's new and it's vulnerable, and it's something that you probably haven't felt in a really long fucking time, probably since you were a kid, right? So it's going to feel like that, but just ground and remind yourself you're safe and okay, and watch the love and the stuff that you want come in. Like, watch all of it kind of just come in. But do it in the right time. You'll feel when it's right for you. This is more so just guidance. Do it when it's the right time for you, and you'll know exactly what it is. And you guys know what it is. Like, for some reason, some of you guys are like, well, I'm not sure. You are sure, and you do know. It might just be you being scared to actually accept the thing you have to do because there's a fear or something there. So I hope that this helps you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. And I feel like the next update is going to be really good. So I hope you guys all have an awesome day.